This giving and the people who supported it would help lift me from the most challenging times. He was instrumental in calling me to service and demonstrated repeatedly that I was on the path he wanted. Only my wife would know the difficulties in coping and how deep the valleys I would traverse were. The curtain to veil my mourning required hard work and was exhausting. Amid it all, perspective was hard to gain. With each new loss, I slipped to a new low that was hard to combat daily. My acting skills came in handy, and few would pick up any negativity or, I presumed, probably care. Reaching out to others for support often produced little understanding. However, emerging from the darkness, I could see God's plan in helping others who were just starting their journeys or at some point along that continuum. That ministry continues today. Purpose in the darkness represents a major component of the healing efforts. Maybe this was divinely inspired, maybe it was just time to reach another milestone, or maybe it was the plan all along. It's frank, detailed, and walks you through the journey of loss and coping with insight and hope. It highlights moments of fun, humor, and achievement to show it is possible to illuminate the shadows and emerge from the darkness. Perhaps by relaying positive, constructive examples, this book will provide a bit of inspiration for others who feel there is no hope, that there will never be a brighter day, they have no purpose, or that no one has any idea of what they are going through. It is possible to emerge. You just need to find your way. The book can help those in supportive roles gain a better appreciation for what their grieving friends or relatives are experiencing. Surprisingly, those who don't know what to say or do might find there is more value in simply being present. Finally, the book cautions against society's need to hurry the grief process or assign timelines for those in pain. It's not written as a scientific or psychology-based study. It is simply a reflection on a journey and the realizations that evolved through dozens of impactful losses, and others not documented here. Each brought new challenges, more tears, and valuable experience. The result? The book highlights 5 valuable points that I spotlight because I wish I had benefited from them, and it provides scripture verses throughout that have brought comfort and provided direction. I know the topic of grief is misunderstood and often avoided. In some cases, it is because we've not had to walk that walk, making it difficult to have an appreciation. Others may be uncomfortable with the topic, or for some, it brings back too many memories. The first step is to recognize that no one handles grief the same way, nor are the dynamics of the grieving processes similar. Our own personalities, relationships with the deceased, the types of deaths, the compounding grief effect, and so much more impact the way we handle loss and reach out to others in the throes. It's okay to laugh in the grief, and helpful. You will find a few humorous stories sprinkled throughout, if for no reason than to give you the same break I needed as I was living this story. A quote by G. Campbell Morgan: "What we do in crisis always depends on whether we see the difficulties in the light of God or God in the shadow of the difficulties." Morgan's quote offers tremendous insight. God often calls us to take the grief and channel it into something positive, sometimes as a means of helping us cope and remember. I discovered responding to the call uncovered my most effective coping mechanism. It meant I would campaign to add a flagpole in someone's memory, build a memorial garden, volunteer to help an organization, and bring about positive, lasting change that honors who those people were. Many of those projects, events, and efforts would help me see God in the shadow of difficulties, knowing He was in control. So bear with me as I explain my very personal journey with the realization that it might provide a glimmer of hope and insight into the ability to assimilate loss, or support someone in the midst of it. It certainly does not represent the right way,